Control Vinyl Collectors Group, what is up? Here is the video. Dub Cowboy here, 1st of January 2015. Very excited for the new year, especially for the meetup coming up. Here is the poster. So we're going to start a little tour of my wall because I have to take these down right now. As you can see, this is the last load. Everything's gone. I'm moving. So here we go. Here's the poster. And this poster got put out at the meetup. Everyone started signing it, and I think we were planning on giving it away, but it was there at the end of the night, and so I kept it, and it means a lot to me. As you can see, I framed it, and I look at it every day, and I think about all you guys, and it's motivation to keep going. So that's just a record my kids made me. Here's my vinyl journey. When I started getting in, I made a record. So you can see, RTI, test pressing, Ecotopia Recordings, but I'm from Humboldt County. We grow a lot of weed here, and there's a Cheech and Chong sample on there. It's a bootleg. I made 700 of them. They sold out right away, and then everyone switched to CDs, so my plans for a record label got shelved. So now that's why I'm so excited about these Serato records. It was my chance to get involved in vinyl, and I always wanted to be involved in the production. So let's start here. Now, about a year and a half ago, I got that email that we all dream of getting from Shireen at Serato. And she said, "Steve has told me you've been very helpful with our vinyl, and we'd like to send you something. What's your address?" So, yeah, right? Awesome. And so for a good period of time, everything that came out showed up on my door, and I am so grateful. Could not be happier. So anyway, these are the Neon series. That's one of the yellower ones. Got the LYMs. Don't! No! What are those? Those are orange LYMs, but they don't look like yours. That one came to me in the mail. This one, Shireen gave me when I was in New Zealand. This one's like yellow, pretty much. I call it my gold LYM. I've used it. I will use it again. This one's the orange LYM, and they're just both great. Subtle difference between the two colors. So down here, actually this pink up here, I bought in New Zealand at the rock shop. I just was in New Zealand, and the last couple days I spent a bunch of money on vinyl. Everybody hooked me up so fat there that I felt like I wanted to give back in some way. So I bought a bunch of records. Like, it cost me about $400 to ship them all back. But that was one of them, and I opened it up, and it's just got these great freak lines, and I was like, awesome, I got a freak. And even after all this and all these great records that have been given to me, I still enjoy going and buying records and opening up and seeing what I got. So that's that one. Now this one over here is also a pink performance series. This one was a gift from Chuck at Stokio at NAMM last year. Stokio was being kind, handing out. They came through with a bunch of vinyl for our meetup. And this one's like a different color pink. It's kind of more purplish. And it's got this weird little freak marker that's just almost a perfect sticker, except it's like a chunk of plastic in there that affects the needle plate, so you can't actually use it. So that's not a freak, it's a defect. Okay, moving right along. Pastels. These are pastel test pressings. You know, we had heard about the pastels. I got to see them. I think probably was one of the first people in the group to see them. When I got to New Zealand, I met with Shireen and Morgan, and they just started pulling out stuff and showing me, just like total dream come true. And you know, I was impressed with these. And then after she showed me these, she handed them over to me, which was kind of awesome. As you can see, maybe you can't tell, but the color on the Serato label is just colored in with a highlighter. It was a white Serato, and you know, just for mock-up. This one's still white, never got colored in green, so that's a test pressing. And on the back of this record, I'll post a picture later, there's actually blue writing right here, so it's like total, not, you know, they just use some label. This one right here doesn't even have a label. That's like something that they printed on their printer and cut out. You can kind of see it's not perfectly round. It's hard to tell. I'll post a better picture later, but yeah, it's just paper stuck on there. And then over here on the yellow, that's definitely like a yellow highlighter that colored in that. So those are awesome, and those are the test pressings. It came out pretty much the same color, but yeah, test pressings. SCVCG ain't nothing to fuck with. That's right. These were made by DJ Khaled, and I liked them. And Jose hooked me up and sent me a pair. Super awesome. Okay, regular performance green. It's hard to tell, but there's like freak lines in here, down here too. But what's cool about this one is that it glows under the black light. And I think there's some pellets that got mixed in from the neon into that, and I'll have to post a picture of that later. Okay, so we got the top row and the bottom row. Now we're moving over here to the middle. Orange promos. These were a gift from Mike May at Rain. Actually, it was a different set. I had two different sets of orange promos, and they were different colors. So I kept one of each, and Kryptonite got one of each, and someone else has them now. I think they went overseas. So, orange promo. NAMM 2 years ago. Actually, for a few years, I helped Rain break down the booth, unplug the speakers, wrap cords. Basically, you know, like you're done with a party and cleaning everything up. Done that thousands of times. So, it was just fun to help Rain, and I didn't expect anything. It was just cool to talk to the guys. And at the end of it all, Mike walked out and handed a few of us some orange promos. It was awesome. So over here, this is a Times Square, and Waldo hooked me up with this when I got to Atlantic City, which was awesome because I couldn't afford to buy these when they came out, and I couldn't even afford to get to Atlantic City. But I thought about it, and when I made the decision, I thought about the chance to see Steve West and have dinner with him. And he had shown me so much hospitality and generosity in New Zealand that it was an easy decision when I thought about it like that. I got to see Eric Orr too, and these are two people who are good friends and inspirations, and you know, good mentors to me. And so there used to be a yellow promo there, and I sold it, and now it's replaced by this Times Square. And I'm just as happy to have this one as I was to have the yellow promo, but it was hard to give those up. But I'm looking forward to the future, so here we go. Oh, come back to that one. Okay, here's the orange LYM. Here is a quest for gold. And for a minute, I had the lowest number, 29, and I know who has number 15, and that's Dave, who used to work at Serato, who used to run the websites and had to deal with our large control vinyl collectors thread, and he's awesome. Now this one, if you notice, is very similar in color, except where this has an LYM, I mean a Quest for Gold label, this is a regular red CV on the back. It's a regular black, but they never came out with that color. In fact, I've only seen two of these, and I saw them both at the same time in New Zealand. Mitchell from Australia flew over to New Zealand to meet up with me, and he got a tour of the Serato headquarters as well. And we met up with him and Eric Orr and Scott Bullock, who used to work at Serato, and we had lunch, and it was awesome. And then Scott took us back to his place, showed us some of the rarest Serato vinyl I've ever seen, and including these ones right here. and then he handed one to me and one to Mitchell. So Mitchell's the only other guy with this record, and thank you, Scott. Scott was the first person to get in touch with me from Serato and made that Kiwi impression. I just knew there was something special about those Kiwis, and I'm right. Turns out I'm right. It's just been proven over and over again. So thank you, Scott. This is really special, and no one's getting that one. All right, before I get to the middle, let's go up here. This is the record that we made, limited for the meetup last year. This is the official 2014 meetup record. There are only 100 of them, I think. Actually, no, I think there's only 60 of them. And we were just going to have the record, and that's it. But we were able to get Steve West, AJ Burtonshaw, and Sam Gribben, former CEO, to sign all these. So it's going to be hard to get Sam's signature. He left a big, huge mark on Serato. 10 years wouldn't be what it is without his contribution. So if you have one of those, just know you got something special. And it's always great to have Steve West and AJ sign something. That's number one. I have the first one. So thank you to AGI Pro DJ 12-inch skins for making these. I'm stoked. That's fun. Also over here, we got the Kaleidoscope, which is obviously the record from that. And that's the one that 12-inch skins made. But when I was in New Zealand, I went to Eric Orr's house in New Zealand and saw the original painting on, I think it was on vinyl, or a 12-inch circle of metal. But yeah, this is a real piece of art that has been transformed into a picture disc. Big up to you, Eric. Okay, now the golden ticket. Oh yeah, we got both of them up there. They came as a pair. You might have the tippets, but you don't have the golden ones. There are 4 of these. I have 2 of them. The other 2 are in New Zealand, in the archive. And from Steve West's mouth, this is officially the rarest Serato record ever made. So, awesome. And getting these in the mail was just, took me about a day to even understand the fact that I had them in my possession. So, yeah. Alright, now, that sign from the old Serato headquarters, and an old Serato employee had kind of grabbed that on the way out, and we won't name names, and saved it for me and gave it to me when I was in New Zealand. And man, so anyway, you know, I'll know that I want to work at Serato, and maybe one day that'll be real. Ha 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 ha. Now, the wedding invite. That's the rarest Serato record, but this one is unofficial. You can see this is the cover. It's just the sleeve. For all you need to know about the wedding and to RSVP, go here. Post a picture of the other side one day. Here's the record. And as you can see, it's the same vinyl that came out on the Times Square. If you looked under that label, one side would be white, one side would be black. You can actually see Serato written through here. I'm going to have to take pictures because I can't focus, see? So underneath that is the white label. There is a great story behind getting this record, but I can't tell you it. Got to keep some things to myself. So that's this wall. Let me back up. And I'm going to stop it right here and come back with another video for the next